When thinking of villains, the first thing that comes to mind are characters from superhero movies. And while many supervillains are excellent, the term villain can be broadened. Horrors, dramas, and thrillers all have villains as well, better known as antagonists. This top 5 list will illustrate the best villains or antagonists that go beyond bad. Number 5. Fletcher from Whiplash. Whiplash is a film directed by Damien Chazelle. The film is about a drummer who is part of a music conservatory. His instructor, Fletcher, plays the perfect antagonist. Fletcher is a great antagonist as most of the audience has a version of him in their own lives. Someone who pushes you too far, but you can't step away as you feel obligated to listen to their ridicule. Fletcher's cruelty is illustrated as he goes too far to make Andrew the perfect drummer, even a bit violent. This anger for perfection makes the audience hate him, as most people know what it feels like to be under pressure and not reach excellence.
Stop! Now this one really upsets me. We have an out-of-tune player here.
Number 4. Annie Wilkes from Misery. Stephen King's novel Misery was adapted into a film with the same name. Misery brings forth a seemingly innocent character. Annie Wilkes is a cunning, brutal, and devious woman who hides her malice behind a cheerful disguise. She has an unhealthy obsession with romance novels, particularly novelist Paul Sheldon's Misery series. After rescuing Sheldon from a car crash, her obsession with the author takes a dark turn when she discovers Sheldon is killing off her favorite character from his novels. As Sheldon tries to leave, Annie grows increasingly controlling, even violent, as she forces the author to shape his writing to suit her twisted fantasies by taking him hostage.
Paul, say hello to my favorite beast in the whole world, my sow, Misery.
Misery.
Yes, I told you I was your #1 fan.
Number 3. The Joker from The Dark Knight. Christopher Nolan's adaptation of the Joker in the 2008 film The Dark Knight is truly something to remember. Described as a psychotic, mass-murdering, schizophrenic clown with zero empathy, Joker was strong in both mental combat and strategic planning, and his physique was defined by his clown makeup and gruesome smile that added sick comedy to all of his crimes.
Forever. And why do you want to kill me?
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. No, you complete me.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one.
Number 2. Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men. Anton Chigurh is the main antagonist of the 2005 novel No Country for Old Men, and its 2007 Oscar-winning film by the Coen brothers. Chigurh is described as an unstoppable evil, and as a man who has his own set of morals, although they are twisted. While he isn't killing at random or without any purpose, his reasons can be abstract. His personal hobby is to decide people's fate. He sees himself as a sort of hand of fate, and as a special instrument which exacts what is supposed to happen upon those which he sees accountable. He even goes as far as flipping a coin to decide if you're worthy enough to live, making him a truly cold-blooded villain.
Don't know. I couldn't say.
Call it.
Call it.
Yes.
For what?
Just call it.
Well, we need to know what we're calling it for here.
You need to call it. I can't call it for you. Well, it wouldn't be fair.
I didn't put nothing up.
Yes, you did. You've been putting it up your whole life. You just didn't know it.
And last, but certainly not least, Hans Landa from Inglourious Basterds. Quentin Tarantino's 6th film Inglourious Basterds has the most cunning villain yet. Colonel Hans Landa is a Nazi who is nicknamed the Jew Hunter for his ability to find Jews in hiding and murder them. The reason he's found to be so evil is based on the intolerable ethical concept in which the audience is outraged at an unfair action, him murdering Jews. However, his unfair actions are not the only thing that makes him the perfect villain. His ability to make another uncomfortable by subtly dropping hints as to him knowing everything gives him a "you can run but you can't hide" complex that makes the audience just as tense as the people afraid of him in the film.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just say bingo.
Bingo! How fun! But I digress. Where were we? Yeah, make a deal.
Villains are seen in almost every movie. What makes them excellent is how relatable or hateable they are to the viewer. A great villain is always a fully realized character with their own traits and actions that make their every action cruel, even if minuscule. To understand just how great a villain is, when they're inevitably met with their demise, it's extremely satisfying.